I'm Cameron, this is Carsideration, and today we have a 2021 Colorado ZR2. So before I get this video started, I wanted to give a huge shout out to City Chevrolet here in Columbia City, Indiana for letting me take this ZR2 out and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it. If you're ever in need of a Chevy, come check them out. If you're in Fort Wayne area, Indianapolis, or Indiana, Michigan, Midwest, give the guys a shout. They have been super cool to work with. All the sales reps have been more than accommodating and helping me out to do this review, so I can't say thank you enough. I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can check out their inventory. They just got some really cool new Camaros in, some ZL1s that are on the showroom floor, just really gorgeous to look at, and yeah, just can't thank them enough. So as always, a few quick stats on this ZR2 before we get into the exterior and interior of this vehicle. So this ZR2 has a price of around $48,600 with the dealer installed options here. This one does have the 3.6 liter V6, makes about 308 horsepower at 6,800 RPMs or so, has an 8-speed automatic transmission, can tow around 5,000 pounds, has an auto-track 2-speed transfer case that can shift power from 2 to 4 wheels electronically or automatically depending on the road conditions. Driver selectable full locking front and rear differential in case you know you are going to go off-roading and rock crawling and stuff. Hill descent control, hitch guidance, trailer brake controller, miles per gallon around 16 miles per gallon city, 18 highway, and this is a fully boxed frame. Now you can get these in a Duramax 4-cylinder turbo, unless you're going to be towing a lot with this vehicle, which I don't think that's why you buy the ZR2. It's definitely a good option, I guess you could say, but my personal preference would definitely be this 3.6 liter V6. So a quick walk around of the exterior of this ZR2. Now, one of the biggest selling points that you can't really see, I'm going to try to get the camera here in a second, is going to be the DSSV dampers for Multimatic. It stands for Dynamic Suspension Spool Valve, and they're only on 6 road legal cars. And you might be asking, what are those 6 road legal cars? Well, they're pretty cool cars. It's the Aston Martin 177, the Camaro Z28 and ZL1 1LE, the Ford GT, the Mercedes AMG GT, and the Rough CT3R. Honestly, these dampers are mostly found on race cars, Indy Lights, Formula 1 teams, GT3 cars, GTE, GTLM, Indy Lights, you name it. If it's on a race car, this suspension system or damping system is on it. So let's take a look at them real quick. So here is the suspension system in the front. Adjust this camera real quick. Tucked back way in there, nice and gold. They look so cool. And coming around to the side here, or the rear, I should say. There you see them right there. Now, exterior wise, I think this looks phenomenal. Favorite thing is definitely gonna be the color, the sand dune metallic. Looks awesome, especially in the sunlight. You get close to it, you can see there is a little bit of a metallic flake in it. Now, my other favorite thing are these wheels. These wheels, in my mind, are perfect. Again, sand dune metallic matching up here, little ZR2 logo. These Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax. Good all-terrain tire. They're going to be a little bit loud. Tire size is a 265, 65, 17. And now, compared to a normal Colorado, this does have a 2-inch lift. And it's about 3.5 inches wider as well. If you come down here, you can definitely see the stance on this. Coming around to the side, you do have rocker panels here. Nice little feature. And moving around to the back, you have a sport bar, dealer installed option. I've never personally been a fan of sport bars, but for whatever reason, I feel like the ZR2s look really good with them. You also have dealer installed lights back there. Now coming around to the rear, you do get a more aggressive bumper to help your departure angle here. So you miss out on a little side step there, but I think that's well worth the price of admission. Now, tailgate here, it is a soft open. Very soft open. And as you can see, we have had a lot of snow here, but you do get a spray and bed liner with a nice ZR2 logo back there. Interesting thing on the sport bar here, the sport bar covers up the third taillight, so there is a third taillight built into the sport bar. Let's make our way to the front. And I just love the way those wheels and tires look. And one thing I noticed, sometimes on spare tires, you get this little janky, you know, doesn't match what wheels and tires are on the vehicle, but this one looks like it has a 5th matching wheel and tire. It's nice. Nice little attention to detail. So coming around to the front is my favorite thing. I would say, I just like a lot of things on this truck. This is awesome. Now in 2021, Chevy did upgrade the front grille. It is a little bit more aggressive here. And a little cool little feature here. It's like a blow-through bow tie. I like it. Like how the Chevrolet is really pronounced, takes up the whole front end. And again, you get some red tow hooks down here. Let's see. Red tow hooks and a massive skid plate. And if you notice, what the ZR2s are known for is the cutaway front bumper. All you see, if this is in your rear view mirror, are these front Goodyear Wrangler tires. So cool. Also, I like the hood. Just reminds you that you're not in a basic Colorado, you are in a ZR2. So let's jump to the interior. So starting in the rear, leather seats here, they are quite comfortable. You have two USB ports here and a normal cigarette lighter. A little storage compartment here, nothing too crazy. I don't even think my phone is gonna fit in here. Ah, it does. But one thing that I am a little disappointed with back here is going to be the lack of storage options on the back of the front seats. Ever since I did the Bronco Sport, it kind of made me realize how underutilized that storage option is. You only have one spot to put maybe a map or something back here, whatever you'd like, but to me it just doesn't really make sense. You have all this wasted space for a vehicle that's marketed, you know, for off-road, and a truck that you should have a lot of storage in. And I understand you have a bed and things like that, but I feel like it just would be worth the extra money to add some more storage options, like some MOLLE straps or some zippers or anything like that. Just something that I feel like is overlooked a lot for vehicle manufacturers. All right, so moving to the front of the vehicle. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your light controls as usual, dimmers here and there, trailer brake controller, your four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, auto, four-wheel high, four-wheel low. Now on your steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings. I just turned the heated steering wheel on. That is definitely a must right now. My hands are frozen. And then you can control your little 3.5-inch display here in the center of your dash with these buttons right here. Now I just turned it to four-wheel drive. Let me move this around to here real quick. Turn it to off-road four-wheel drive mode. I'm going to turn it back to two-wheel drive here. Four-wheel drive shift in progress. Yes, yes, come on. Go back to two-wheel drive. Show me I'm in two-wheel drive. There we go. Now we're back in two-wheel drive. But nice little features here. Blank page, speed, trip, all your normal stuff. So on the infotainment system, you can control your climate from here. I've never been a big fan of things like this. I just feel like turning knobs like down here is a lot simpler and a lot more convenient. But moving down beyond that, you have your toggle switches for things like traction control, rear diff, front diff, hazards, trailer brake controller, hill descent assist. And then moving below that, you have both seats are heated, but you can also heat the back of the seat right here, which I think is pretty cool. Moving down below that, you have your two USBs, it looks like, and then just a cigarette lighter. Plenty of storage right here for a phone, let's say, or an extra GoPro. No issues there. Now, the other cool thing here is if your phone fits in here, you have wireless charging right there. Now, if you do have a bigger iPhone, like the Max, it's not gonna fit in there. So that might be a negative if you do have a iPhone Max or whatever they're called nowadays. So moving on to the center console here. It's pretty soft. I do like that, but you can tell it gets pretty quick to plastic. Would have been nice if maybe they added a little extra leather padding there. But one of the cool things on this is if you open it up and just pull it up a little bit, it opens by itself. So, and there is plenty of storage in here. If I put my arm in here, it's 3/4 of the way to my elbow. So lots of storage options in there. So jumping in the Colorado ZR2 for a quick test drive, you actually have a key, which I'm surprised to see. Spending anything over $40,000 on a vehicle, I feel like you should definitely just have keyless entry and a push button start. But that's just my personal opinion. It's not, you know, a huge turn off, but it's just kind of odd to me. So wish I could hoon this off-road, but this isn't a press vehicle, guys. If you would like to see me do something like that, if you guys hit that subscribe button, maybe, you know, in a few months I could get a press vehicle. But you guys have to subscribe, because I would love to hoon this and take it off-road and maybe get a wheel or two off the ground. That would be awesome. Right off the bat, I like sitting up nice and high, and I do like the hood, you know, that little raised hood there, just reminding you that you're not in a normal Colorado. So far, I like the steering wheel. Steering wheel feels nice, pretty soft touch leather, and steering input is actually, it's really light. I was kind of expecting it to maybe be a little bit heavier, but steering feels really good. No complaints there at all. Visibility is very, very good. Obviously, especially sitting up high, you can see easily. But, you know, looking around, B pillar, A pillar's not in like an annoying space or anything like that. Brakes are actually pretty soft, so sometimes I get newer vehicles and the brakes grab really quick, but these are pretty soft, but pedal feel feels nice. Let's see here, I'm trying not to turn down a dirt road like last time, but yep, that one's dirt. Now the road noise on these Goodyear Wranglers, a little bit louder, but not bad so far. We are cruising at 48 miles an hour, nothing crazy. But the cabin, you know, inside here, it is really quiet. I'm liking it so far. I'm liking this a lot, actually. The only thing that I'm kind of noticing on visibility is that sport bar in the back. When I'm looking out the rear view mirror here, I can just see the sport bar, and not that it's going to cause an accident or anything like that, but it is kind of blocking my view on the left or right side. But I guess, you know, that's what you have side mirrors for. So we're about to check out the turning radius on this, because I'm going to turn around here. Again, brakes feel really good. Oh yeah, there goes the book bag. All right, this is a 4-way, so let's see. Turning radius, not the greatest for a mid-sized truck, but backup camera is pretty nice. And this car's probably like, what are you doing? Now the suspension on this, I'm actually surprised. It is a little bit stiffer than what I was expecting, but it's soaking up these bumps wonderfully. And this surprisingly is actually pretty flat, you know, giving it a little steering input here and there. Even with these Goodyear Wrangler tires on it, you know, being all-terrain tires and larger, you would expect a more bouncy ride, but this suspension is absolutely amazing. Let's do a 0-ish to 60 here real quick to see how this thing pulls. That sounds good. It's not like, you know, crazy fast obviously, but I like the way that V6 sounds. All right, I see you. When I look at trucks, you know, I enjoy trucks. I like looking at them. I like seeing trucks that are upfitted from the factory, and, you know, a manufacturer's taste on what they think the mass market's gonna like. And I think Chevy did an amazing job with this one. You know, the cutout front fender, you can see the wheels, the wheel design's great, the tire choice is good, it complements the exterior of the vehicle very well. I think about the truck that I want, you know, in a few years, because I am going to be in the market for a truck here, I'd say probably in 2 or 3 more years. And this checks all the boxes for what I want. Something that's already aggressive right from the factory, that has nice wheels, it's lifted, aggressive front bumper, nice ride quality. The dampers on this are awesome. They've absorbed all the big bumps, the small bumps. It actually feels quite steady in some corners, which I wasn't expecting. Steering input's nice. Like that big bump, it's just boom, boom. It's no big deal. I don't understand why I don't see more of these around town. Yeah, $48,000 is a lot of money for a mid-sized truck, but I just feel like this is underappreciated. I feel like I should be seeing a lot more of these. In my mind, this is the king of mid-sized trucks. I don't think you're ever going to change my mind on that. The Tacoma TRD Pro is a really cool vehicle, a really cool truck, something that I'm looking at, you know, in a few years to purchase. But after driving this, I think I might be sold And for me personally, I never have been a big Chevy guy, especially when it comes to trucks. But this thing has impressed me so much. And I can't say thank you enough to City Chevrolet here in Columbia City, Indiana, for allowing me to take this out and give you guys a review on it. It's been a blast to drive. And if you're even considering a midsize truck, a Ranger, a Tacoma, a TRD Pro, whatever it is, just go drive one of these because it is so worth it. I could totally justify spending the money on this. Maybe not at like $48,000 with the sport bar and stuff. I would probably take that option away. But yeah, this truck is awesome. So I appreciate you guys hanging out and listening to my opinions and thoughts on this 2021 ZR2. And until next time, stay safe.